So, yesterday morning, what we talked about was really bat signal, and I kind of went into your bat signal, your impact point, the ability that you have to have impact, right? All of those things are what we went into yesterday. So, if you didn't see that video, make sure that you watch that video. It's something like, I don't know, 17 minutes ish, not very long, but um, by the way, none of my videos will ever be too long. Just a heads up. My whole purpose is to make sure that you have what you need and then you have more than enough time to actually accomplish the thing that you're wanting to accomplish. So I prefer that you're not sitting and watching me all day long. Although I know some of you guys, and that happens. It's like a Netflix binge, and that's fine too. I love you either way, right? But I would love for you to actually take time and implement, right? I think the secret sauce, right, is implementation, is actually doing the thing, because you can hear me talk about something, forever and ever, amen. You can hear me talk about it. You can agree with me. You can say, yes, that's good. Yes, oh, I see how that works. Yeah, all of those things, right? But until you actually implement it, until you do it for yourself, then it doesn't do anything in your world. And I'm not here for me. I'm here for you, right? And I want for you to be able to go out and have massive impact. And so please implement. If you need to write down the word implementation, I want to post it and put it on your computer or on your refrigerator or on your mirror or all three. Then go ahead and do it. Whatever works for you is what works for you, right? So today what I want to talk about is actually boots on the ground, right? Let's talk about, hey, good morning, guys. I'm going to just bring some of you guys up here. Good morning. I see you, Cindy. Good morning. And Christina. Oh, man. I have you in the background in between sit down and doing things. That's funny. You guys are funny. So today it's boots on the ground, right? We can talk about, I'm going to kind of do this. We can talk about uh, ideas, and we can talk about potential all day long, and it makes us feel very good, and it makes us feel like we really can accomplish things. Boots on the ground, again, is like implementation, right? So boots on the ground means, okay, now what are we going to do with that thing that we just discovered, right? And so yesterday, what I had you do, and I want you to put in the comments what you came up with, okay? But yesterday, what I had you guys do is I had you guys sit and pray and dwell on what your point of impact is going to be, right? So who are the people that you are here to serve? What does that look like, right? And I want, again, put in the comments here what yours is. I want to see that you guys are doing this, okay? And then also pay attention to what everybody else's is in the comments. And if there's something that you feel like you can lock arms and you can help somebody else out with, make sure that you reach out to each other and you're like, oh, I serve that person too, but I serve them in this way, and all of that. That's a very, very cool thing. There's actually some pastors and some missionaries and different ministry workers that Mike and I are doing that with right now. We're locking arms with people that are amazing in their own right, but we all have different skill sets, right? We're all good in different ways, and when you combine, that's where you turn into, like, is it Megatron? Is that the Transformer that like has all of them? Is that Megatron? Or was it Optimus Prime? Which one's bad? I think Megatron was bad. I don't know. I'm out of my lane. This is what it looks like when I'm out of my lane. I ask you questions, you can't even answer me. So anyway, happy Tuesday. All right. So, this morning from Vegas. Somebody's in Vegas. Hey. Okay. So anywho, what does boots on the ground look like? So whenever you determine who you're going to be serving and how you're going to be serving those people, well, once you determine who you're going to be serving, what I want you to think about is how you're going to serve those people, but not in a way that is like the generating income part, okay? I know that that is the part that stops everybody, right? Because you have a weird thing that happens in your mind where you're like, well, I'm not helping if I'm creating income. I'm not actually helping. I'm trying to create income. And then your brain doesn't let you go to the place where you can really help most. It's a thing. And we're going to stay out of that. Okay. What we're going to be talking about and thinking about right now is we're going to be thinking about what is the thing that you can help your people that you determined were your people yesterday. What is the thing that you really want to help them do? Okay. So what was the thing that maybe you know how to do? Like, you know that they're looking for X, Y, and Z. You know they want to know how to X, Y, and Z. What is a thing that they're looking for that you already know how to do, or that you just want to serve in every way that you can? Here's a distinction. Sometimes the people that we serve are such a specific demographic and a type of person that we can do many things to serve that person. Another way to look at this is, I'm going to serve in this way, and then you can serve in that way for maybe a few different kinds of people. Stay with me. The most specific one is when you say, I serve this person specifically in this way. That's a fast track right there. Okay. The other two are, as you're beginning, it actually hones in to the fast track method. Okay. So let me create an example for you. So say my heart is to serve homeless families. Okay. So say that is my heart, is to serve homeless families and to get them back on track, to get the kids what they need, to get the parents the education and the stuff, whatever they need, to get them. And so I'm focused on the person and the situation. And then I'm like, I allow my brain to get creative with, how can I help around this situation, right? So that's a type of person I would serve. Now, maybe what you're coming at it with instead, and this is your choice, there's no right or wrong here. You're going to be polished into exactly what you need to do by action, by doing the thing. It's going to polish you into exactly where you need to go regardless. So there's no right or wrong. It's not, this is better than this. They're different. And everybody needs to start at the place that feels most comfortable for them first, or else they won't start. I need you to hear me. Or else you won't start. How many people have been, I mean, if you want to get real and you want to call it out in the comments and say, girl, that is me. This is a loving community. These are not a community of haters, or they will not strike you down. They will lift you up and they will love you, okay? But if you want to say, hey, I've been wanting to serve for a really long time, but I've been stuck in the thinking about it instead of the doing. If that's you, I would love for you to just to call it out. Because, and I talk about this a lot in my Jumpstart group, but I'm rooted in reality. I'm led by vision. But I'm rooted in reality. I know what's real, right? I know where I am. I know where I was. I know at any given time, I can tell you, here's what's real. Here's what's stopping me. Here's what's propelling me. I know reality. But the thing is if we're so focused on vision and we do not address reality, the vision can't pull us. Does that make sense? Because we need to be so clear about what our reality is that we know what's stopping us. Or else that is pipe dreams. And it's not just pipe dreams for you, it's pipe dreams for everyone that you're here to serve. Okay, and I'm sorry this is kind of like a hard-hitting Tuesday morning thing, but it's all in love. It's all because I want you to be better. I want you to accomplish what is on your heart to accomplish. Okay? And to do that, we have to be very, very rooted in reality. Okay? And so, there's, again, let me go back to the people you can serve, the way, right? And so you may choose first, in order to get going, you may choose first a type of person, and you want to serve that person, right? So maybe it's a mom. I often talk about gluten-free stuff because we're gluten-free and it's just kind of a thing. But it could be, that your kids are gluten-free. You had to figure it out on your own, and so now you want to serve moms who just found out that their kids are gluten-free. And so that's a person that you serve, right? And then in serving them, in helping them, and I'll talk about actually helping them here in just a second, but in serving them or in helping them, what you're going to figure out is what they're really looking for from you. Okay? Not in general, but from you. And so you could help a certain kind of person. And then the second thing is you could help them do a specific thing. So you're not talking about the person, but you're like, okay, well, I went gluten-free, and so I'm going to help people be gluten-free, right? So I'm going to show them exactly what I did to go gluten-free, how I cleaned out the kitchen, and da-da-da-da-da. But you don't have a demographic specifically, right? But you help people do a thing. So those are very different, but they're both going to hone you in to this end piece, which is going to end up being your fast track, which is you're specific about helping somebody, you know who it is, and you know exactly what you're doing, and then you go fast. Okay? That's the fast track. Now, again, in the very beginning of all of this, we're not creating sellable items, okay? Now, will you eventually? Yes, right? If you want to. If you want to, you will eventually. Not everybody has to do that, right? It is the way we have found our own financial freedom is what people call it, right? Or our own just way to be able to live out God's will for our lives. It's the way that we've built a business that now is funding ministry, and we just kind of, it feels like you're living a dream every day when you get to serve God in what you're doing every single day, and like it matters. It just, everything you do matters so much. I think that that's what all of our hearts are screaming for, right? And anyway, that's how we've been able to do that, but we do it in a way that it's not salesy and it's not weird. I'm not so salesy right now, right? It's you're serving your people. But I'm not going to get into all of that. If you want to look into that, that's HBR. That's you can Google me or whatever and find all of my things. But so let me go ahead and get back into what I was talking about. So the people, the demographic that you serve, there's that. You could I suggest starting here. If you've done nothing, I suggest, you watch the first video and you're like, okay, I think these are my people. And then what I would do is I would go start serving those people. So here's how you go start serving those people. Now, if it's something you can do locally, I am all for local service, right? So if those people that you want to serve have, either groups or communities or events or whatever locally, what I would do is I would start showing up at those places, in those places, and talk to the organizer of the event and say, hey, listen, I just want to help out. So what can I do to help you? what do you need help for, right? Or what do you need help for? What do you need help with? Maybe you'll talk better than me. But that you need to insert yourself into the conversation, insert yourself into the service, insert yourself into their lives, right? So you actually are belly to belly, you are seeing these people. Now, if you don't have any local places to serve the people that you want to serve, no big deal. There are Facebook groups. There are, I would maybe stay off of Reddit, but there's Facebook groups. There's all sorts of different places that people virtually meet. I would say that Facebook groups are the biggest place virtually where people meet. And so what I would do is I would join those Facebook groups with a heart of service, 100% heart for service. That's what you need to do, okay? And whenever you go in there, what you do is you can start searching things on the group and say, help is a good word to search for. How is a good word to search for because they're asking how to do something. Even a question mark, just a question mark, is a good thing to search for in these groups to be able to truly help in service, because you'll see the threads coming up of people needing things. And then as you serve, you are refined in your service. Somebody write that down. You become refined in your service. Okay? And so as you're continuously serving, what I want you to take note of, this is the boots on the ground part, is the serving, okay? What I want you to take note of, I want you to take note of how you're feeling. Like, how's it making you feel? Like, that's just, let's note that, right? But then also I want you to take note of what really is helping people. What are people really looking for? Right? I want you to start taking note of that. And then I also want you to start taking note of how you can help them, maybe even more than they're aware of. And this is where we step into the next level. And we're not going into the next level today, but this is where we step into the next level, is where we can help them beyond what they're aware of. Because people ask for a thing, but they need something else. But they don't know that because they're not there. You didn't know either, right? And so, again, boots on the ground. Here is how we actually start living in service. Living in service. And I want to note your demeanor. I want you to think about how you feel today, maybe how you felt yesterday, if you can remember that. I'm not a big journaler, but I do take notes on my phone. And so what I would even do if I were you is just mention your demeanor today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, and then maybe at an in-person event that you get to serve at, mention your demeanor and how you felt after that, right? I want for you to be able to document growth. It's very cool whenever we look back on our lives and we can see the growth happen, right? Like, that's a very cool thing. I would love for you to document it. And I don't know why, honestly. I think maybe for yourself to look at, but I think there might be something in there even for your people down the line, so they can see that you weren't changed overnight, that you worked at it, and that when you document things, you can share what actually happened, right? When we're showing people how to make a change, it's important to have documentation of how your own change happened. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, that is today. This is your boots on the ground video. So I would love for you to talk about in the comments. I love when you guys talk to each other in the comments. I'm just going to say that. But I would love for you guys to talk in the comments about what this did for you today, what came up for you today. This isn't about me, this is about you. I want to hear like growth. I want to hear like aha moments. That's the kind of stuff that I totally want to hear from you guys. I will see you tomorrow. You have the absolute best day. Bye bye.